Breaking news, President Bola Tinubu emerged as the third most corrupt leader in the world.
Over 40,000 people nominated Kenyan President William Ruto for Person of the Year, quote unquote, in organized crime and corruption.
I am not surprised in any way. I mean, there's a lot of damage that has been done in this country as well.
We have a number of things that are affecting Africa and Africans at large. And one of the things that is biggest disease in Africa, it's corruption. Corruption, it is the biggest disease in Africa. Now, according to this organization called Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, OCCRP, has brought out this information about William Ruto being the most corrupt leader in Africa. And he is the second most corrupt leader in the world right now. I saw this coming. So the
latest news that I'm reading now is that President Ruto has been ranked as the second most corrupt leader globally after Syria's Bashar, according to OCCRP. Yes, now OCCRP, the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project. And they say it, and I quote, according to a statement, over 40,000 people nominated Kenyan President William Ruto for Person of the Year, quote unquote, in organized crime and corruption. Sparked by a contentious finance bill and youth unemployment, protests rocked Kenya in June and July. Yeah, now they say also young demonstrators demanded Ruto's resignation amid widespread government corruption. My guys, are you surprised?
I am not surprised in any way. I'm sorry, I'm not surprised.
Guy Fafa.
What actually surprising me is how he's not topping the list. I do know Bashar al-Assad was a very corrupt leader. I mean, he's done crazy stuff, the narcotics that were found, and the business empire. But I mean, there's a lot of damage that has been done in this country as well.
No. Actually, he topped the list, but the organizers of this whole report decided to put Bashar because Bashar is just an extremist. When it comes to the votes, Ruto actually got the most votes.
Breaking news, President Bola Tinubu emerged as the third most corrupt leader in the world. Now, this report is coming from the OCCRP, Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project. The Sahara Reporters has revealed the fact that our President, Mr. Bola Tinubu, is the third most corrupt leader in the world. Now, this ranking came about when the OCCRP decided to conduct a global nomination in order to highlight individuals advancing criminal activities and worsening poverty. After the nomination, the OCCRP revealed the fact that the world's most corrupt leader in the world is Kenya President William Ruto, followed by the former Indonesian President Joko Widodo. After that, we have Mr. Bola Tinubu as the third most corrupt leader in the world.
This one, I saw it coming. Ruto is the most corrupt leader we have. Now, that's not according to me, but according to report. Don't crucify me. But according to me, Ruto should be the most or the number one corrupt leader in the world. I don't know why they put him on number 2, but he is too much. And on this list, we have Bola Tinubu too. William Ruto being number 1, Bola Tinubu being number 2, the most corrupt leaders. These are the presidents of Kenya and Nigeria respectively. These two countries are the most unique and important countries in Africa. When you talk about Africa, you talk about Kenya, you talk about Nigeria, you talk about South Africa, you talk about Ghana. These are the most pivotal countries or most important countries in the continent of Africa. These are the countries that we were supposed to have elite leaders, educated leaders, leaders who had the vision, leaders who want to liberate Africa, because these countries are the inner core of Africa. These countries are the stronghold of Africa. Nigeria, Kenya. But here is where you find the most corrupt leader. Here is where you find the puppets leaders. Here is where you find every sort of, stage or the industry where neocolonialism is being cooked in these two countries. And the youths of these two countries have to wake up. Youths of these two countries have to look the next election, choose leaders who can be there. Now, about the corruption, I saw this coming on William Ruto. I saw this coming on Bola Tinubu. This is one of the leaders who are making their citizens to suffer a lot. Now, when we talk about corruption in Ruto government, or claims about corruption in William Ruto as a persona, okay, we talked about historical allegation where Ruto has faced multiple allegation of corruption, from back of his time where he had holding various political offices. For example, accusations have included the misuse of public funds and involvement in land grabbing scandals, such as controversial acquisition of the Western Hotel land in Nairobi. This is a land that is claimed that it was grabbed. All of these are allegations. But again, from this allegation, the issue of land grabbing has been on the top of the list. People are complaining about Honorable William Ruto on the land grabbing. When we talk about corruption on William Ruto, we talk about accusation from political opponents. For example, the rivals often use corruption allegation as a tool to undermine William Ruto. And this, we cannot say it is about politics, because he never say that he didn't do this. He never say that, this is, he just kept quiet. He knows very well these allegations from his political opponents, they are true. Another thing is about, the wealth he has. For example, Ruto's significant wealth, with his claims of humble beginnings, just being a chicken keeper, selling chicken and eggs, and the kind of wealth he has right now, it needs to be something behind it. Okay, a lot of questions have been risen. We all can sell chicken and can sell eggs. I've seen a lot of people who have big farms, who have big many kettles rearing chickens, but they are not at the level of richness of which William Ruto is right now. So I can say this is humble beginning, and all this wealth that he have right now, something suspicious is going on. When you talk about cases in courts, William Ruto has cases in courts. And for example, he was linked by several cases involving corruption, fraud, and land dispute. Although he has not been convicted, all these politicians, when they are in power, they try each and every time to jeopardize the decisions of, their legal decisions, their or the decision of judiciary. So we have cases against William Ruto, corruption or corrupt cases or corruption cases, and again these cases just die because of his corrupt moves that he uses. Now another thing is we talk about public or scandals. Under Ruto tenure as a deputy president, Kenya experienced several high-profile corruption scandals such as National Youth, or we call NYS scandal, Kenya Medical Agency or KEMSA cases, which directly was coming or was directly to President William Samoei Ruto. So this organization that has brought up this, that William Ruto is the second most corrupt leader, it is true, because Kenyans voted massively. Ruto got around over 40,000 or 50,000 votes to associate him with corruption. When we talk about corruption on Ruto's government, we talk about this taking this military to Haiti. We talk about him dealing with the masters, the system, jeopardizing the judiciary. It's a lot of things that are going on in Ruto's government that make him be the most corrupt. Now, Ruto always denies this, saying it's just political rankles. But again, what is being said, if it's not true, it's coming. Okay? When you talk about Tinubu, the corruption that's affecting Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we talked about wealth and allegedly financial improprieties. Tinubu's significant wealth, combined with his long-term influence in Nigerian policies, has raised questions about the source of his fortune, just like Ruto. Critics allege that his wealth may stem from using his political office to amass resources through questionable means. For example, he has been linked to Alpha Beta Consulting, a firm reportedly receiving sustainable commissions for tax collection in Lagos State. A firm that is receiving tax, it is his firm. Another thing that making Ruto or making Tinubu to be this corrupt, in 1993, Tinubu was implicated in case involving suspected drug trafficking and money laundering in the United States. Okay? Although he settled the case, but again, it is still there in his history. Now, Tinubu has maintained stronghold over Lagos politics since leaving office in 2007, leading critics to accuse him of running the state as a person enterprise. Allegations include awarding contracts and positions to loyalists and controlling state resources through proxies. Tinubu has been linked to substantial real estate holdings in Lagos and beyond, some allegedly acquiring under dubious circumstances. Tinubu's political career is also marred by accusation of orchestrating electoral fraud, including during his presidential campaign in 2023. Critics urge that his rise to power has been fueled by corrupt practices. Since his election in 2023, has faced legal challenges over allegations of electoral malpractices, raising questions about his legitimacy and his presidency. And these two leaders are some of Africans are saying that these are one of the worst leaders we have in Africa, and they are the one who are dragging Africa behind. Because when you talk about puppetism, the leaders who are puppets, these two leaders comes in mind: William Ruto and Bola Tinubu. Just the other day, we had allegation where Tinubu is working with France to jeopardize the security of Ibrahim Traore or of Burkina Faso. Just the other day, William Ruto has been used by USA to take his military to Haiti, go and fight brothers there. A lot is happening. A report I got some times back that Bola Tinubu has like 10 jets of his own. Just the maintenance of the jets and everything, it's very expensive. These leaders are the key of corruption. I agree with that. These leaders are the example of the name corruption of itself. I know a lot of people are supporting them. I know most of you are supporting William Ruto. But we cannot support a person who wants the children of Africa to die of hunger. We cannot support a person who is grabbing lands of the people he is serving. We can't support all these atrocities happening because we keep on claiming white people. We keep on claiming white supremacy. We keep on claiming these people. But deep down, our own leaders are the one who are eating us up. Our own leaders, our own political leaders are the one who are stealing from us. They are the one who are getting every good thing and letting us to die and to suffer. So it is too bad. It's too bad for a small country like Kenya to go through this in the hands of this president that everyone thought he will be great. When I talk to everyone, when I talk to Black Americans, Africans in diaspora, Caribbeans, they always tell me they thought that William Ruto will be different, that they thought he's a good person because the way he talked on these summits, giving his speech, it's just superb. But nothing is done. Okay? Nothing. He goes out there, give out promises after promises after promises, saying this kind of money is being allocated to do this work. This kind of billions is being allocated to build this road. These billions allocated to do this one. But at the end of the day, after a year, nothing has been done. Where has the money gone? The money has gone into corrupt ways. It's being used personally. People, political friends in the government of William Ruto, they are corrupt. They are living beyond their means, having big cars beyond their means, beyond their salaries, having big houses and, beyond their salaries. Where did this money come? Just 1 year in office, you see someone flexing with. Wow. And the Gen Zs, the youths, need to wake up. Older people of my age, above my age, we need to teach these youths. We need to make them see sense. We need to find leadership in these youths. We need to end corruption. Corruption has made Africa to be called poor. Corruption has made Africa to have insecurity, some parts of Africa to have insecurity, because due to corruption, illegal firearms is being distributed. Due to corruption, illegal mining is being, everywhere. Due to corruption, we have gangs that are trying to survive in the street. Due to corruption, foreign military leaders or foreign countries are here, and for that creating insecurity. Due to corruption, our children are dying of hunger, lack of water, because there's money somewhere allocated for borehole is being has been taken somewhere. Due to corruption, we have poor infrastructure because money was allocated to build road, but some engineer and some forces and politicians ate that money. Due to corruption, we have illiterate society. Corruption is killing us. And when we talk about corruption, we talk about William Ruto. We talk about Bola Tinubu. These are on the top list. Not my top list, but the top list of everyone. You cannot talk about corruption, you don't mention William Ruto or Bola Tinubu. You know that. I know he's your president. Tinubu is the president of Nigeria. I'm sorry if you have said something bad against him. I'm sorry if you have said something bad against William Ruto, the president of Kenya. But we must end corruption, and we will only end corruption if we accept to fight against corruption, if we accept to put new leaders or youthful leaders, if we accept that we need a change, if we accept that we need someone like Traore. And that's where Traore is beating all these leaders. That's why they fear joining him, because they know very well they are corrupt. So they cannot join this one person who wants the betterment of Africa. All these corrupt leaders, they want people to suffer in their hands so that they can be seen as kings, they can be seen as superior, helping people. William Ruto is giving in churches money every Sunday, more than 2 million. And his salary is not more than 2 million. So where does he get all this money to give out in church? Corruption. And the people of Africa are suffering. The people of Kenya are dying, are suffering. There is no job opportunities simply because the industries that were there creating jobs to people have died. And because of corruption, the money allocated to make this industry to wake up is being eaten by someone. Corruption is the biggest disease we have in Africa. Corruption is the biggest disease we have in the next generation. It affects everyone. I don't know what you think on the comment section. Do you think it's true William Ruto and Bola Tinubu are the most corrupt leaders? William Ruto leading? Tell me what you think on the comment section. Until next episode, peace be with you.